Another nice image, nicely done. You got the bride and groom on the dock. There are a couple of issues. I don't know how well this comes across, but her dress is kind of blue. His face is very dark.
I can tell we're already going to get rid of the phone lines behind them, and we're going to get rid of that distracting thing that's just sticking out of the grass over there, and we're probably going to get rid of the distracting things on the poles.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly, and we're going to, I think, recrop it a bit. Let's go see if we can go to landscape here. It's a raw photo, so that'll help open up the shadows. It didn't do a whole bunch here. It did actually help with the skin tone. The skin tone was not great. Right? The skin tone, look, it was kind of bluish and all. This actually warmed it up a little bit. It actually got rid of a lot of the problem with the, I'm going to move to the right a little bit to warm the photo up a bit. There we go. Mm-hmm. So now the skin tone's getting a lot better. I'm just going to show you a before and after. Just look at that. Like her skin was not happening and his skin was not, it was a bluish shot. Look at the grass and everything. So here's what I would say. And this is just a good tip for you guys if you shoot weddings going forward. So we want people's skin to be warm, right? People's skin looks better warmer. The more blue it is, the more dead they look, the warmer it is, So, it's just why people go into tanning beds, right? Warm skin is more attractive. Now, if you do what I just did, you run the risk of introducing yellow into the dress. So here's what you can do. Go in here to the masking tool. Notice it says detecting people down here. Click on her, and then it says, well, what do you want to do? Her face? Nope, you want clothes. And now it's just the dress. So when you hit create mask, anything you do is just going to affect the dress. You can go down here and just lower the saturation of her dress to get it back to perfectly clean white. So I've had to do that on numerous occasions. So that's kind of a good one right there. Just lower the saturation. Her dress is back to white. Now let's do that cropping I was talking about. Let's go to the crop tool. I would just bring this down a bit. There's it's not a good sky. So you're not going to I'm not missing anything from that sky right there. And Eric's right. There's a lot of distracting stuff in the background. Now, I think I will probably jump over to Photoshop to get rid of that stuff. So before I do that, actually, everything I think else I need to do is in Photoshop. I mean, you could add a little of that vignetting, that little dark edge thing here. Go to the effects, and you could go to, maybe a -11 to kind of bring in a little something and watch. See, it helps. Bring in a little something. I think you could maybe just bring in the overall. Oh, well, let's hit auto and see what that gives us. Well, it didn't give us much, did it? Let's just move the vibrance up just a hair. So the color's looking good. His face is too dark. So let's go and hit the masking tool, select people, and there it recognizes him, but we just want his facial skin and maybe his hair. And we'll just hit create mask, and now we can just brighten the exposure for those a little bit. Yeah, maybe something in there. It should be close to hers, but he is in the shadows. So she's nicely lit as far as their positioning of the bride was very good. So she's nicely lit. She's got beautiful shadows, but he is on the shadow side of his face. You might even open up his shadows just a little. And you know what? Let's do that on her too. Let's go back and let's hit her. Let's go to select people. Select her.
Maybe not hit. We're not going to hit her, Scott. Maybe
no, that's I meant select her and go to her hair. Let's just do her hair and hit create mask. And let's open up the shadows and see if we can bring a little bit of detail. There we go. A little bit of detail into her hair. All right. So now we've got all that done. Now, I got to tell you, I would be tempted, honestly, to completely recrop this shot. And I'll show you at the end if I remember how I would recrop this. But the other stuff, you could kind of hack through it and get rid of these lines and stuff, but it's not going to be very clean. But there's other stuff I have to do. So I'm going to take it over to Photoshop. We're going to press Command E on Mac or Control E on Windows. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of all this junk. We're going to go get the actual spot healing brush tool. And I'm going to get rid of this because the healing brush tool in Lightroom, while it's better than it used to be, is still not great. So we're going to just get rid of this stuff, get rid of this stuff, get rid of that. These dots, signs, dots. I'm going to fill in some of these dots in the background in the trees. That's not helping anything. I don't know what that dot is. This thing is driving me crazy. This little sign. Yeah. So that's got to go. Oh, look at it. Even down. That's pretty good. All right. That got rid of all that. Here's the other thing that's kind of bugging me. Let me pull my interface out a little bit.
There's actually right under that sign too, where you just took it off, Scott. There's a white thing on the
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Not anymore. Okay. Here's what's driving me nuts. This. It just looks kind of funky, like she has like a big area there that I don't.
Yeah, that's a good word. That is a good one.
I don't think that is actually the case. I think it's how the dress poofed. You know how dress do that.
Yep.
I'm going to go to Liquify, and I'm going to use the very first tool, which is called the Forward Warp tool. It allows you to move your subject around like they're made of molasses. And I'm going to go in here, and I'm just going to click right on the poof, and I'm just going to tuck it in a bit. Now, I don't want to move the dock a whole lot. I might have to make my brush a little smaller. And I'm moving just left to right so it stretches the wood in the right direction. But I think if you just fix that, let me fix this little spot too. Oh, I don't want to bend the dock.
Yeah.
All right.
That's better.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you before and after. So look. See how it was just kind of sticking out there and drawing your eye for no reason?
Unfortunate poofage.
Yeah, now there's a little bit of something there.
Yeah.
And there is a tool to bring that back. It is I hardly ever use it. I think it's the second one down. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's close enough. Okay, let's see what else we could do. All right. Now, I would probably, the rest what I would do, everything else is looking pretty good. But
what about the cropping? You were talking about crop.
Okay, well, I would do this. I would honestly, let me bring it in just a hair so I can flip it by pressing the letter X. I would probably do something like this. Something in there.
Yeah.
I think that's you still get the dock, you still get everything. You're not losing anything but the train of the dress or the very end of the dress. I think she's got a beautiful face, nice looking couple. I think you would want to focus on them. All right, but I think there's another thing that I would do to kind of finish this off. I'm going to cheat for the last part, okay? But I'm going to show you what I would probably do. Let's go filter, and I would go to On One Effects 2023. And there's a couple things that I would do to this. Number one, I'd go over here to the filters on the side. Let's get rid of these filters that are there. All right. And that's what I would go add, a glow. It's right there. I would add a glow. So, and I would choose, the ones I usually choose, are Angel Glow or Black Soft. One of these two. Black Soft looks nice here. I would just add a soft glow to the whole image right there. And you can see here's before and after. Let me zoom in a little so you can see better. Oh, you know what? Now that I've zoomed in, I'm not sure I like that, what I chose. Let me go with Angel Glow. Oh, that's better. Angel Glow. There's before. Yeah, that's nice. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice glow. I think I would add that. Now, there's another filter that I like when people are outside, and it's called Sunshine. I've got sunshine. All right, and look at this. It adds a kick of like sunshine. It's a little bit too much, but there's an amount slider you can kind of dial in. You don't want to blow out her dress, right? So something in there, and I might even, just depends, go add filter, and let's just see what a sun flare would do to kind of brighten things up. That's a nice sun flare. There's a bunch of them, though, you can choose. I just kind of stroll through them and see, which one looks good. Today's brides really like this look. It's very popular. It's not a classic look, but it's very popular. So maybe something in there. I don't know. That last one.
It's becoming a classic look.
Yeah, it is becoming the wedding look. But anyway, it's just, it looks a little dreamy and stuff. So maybe it's just a bit much. Just pull it back a little, hit done. And I think something around that line. Now, sometimes since I'm in Photoshop, I will duplicate the layer and I'll check a blend mode or two to see there's soft light, there's overlay. Those are too much. But if you went to soft light and lowered it, maybe right in there, that's kind of nice. Just a little bit of the soft light. Soft light adds contrast. Ooh, right there. All right, I think we're done. Now, let's go back to the original photo and let's reset it. So there's where we started. And then look how blue it looks now.
Yeah.
Right? Look at it now. Here, you can actually look at them side by side. You can go arrange, and you could do 2 up vertical. They're the before and after. Well, it's okay. Yeah, before. And see, the dress was kind of bluish, and then after, and it's just a warmer, and it's cleaner. We got rid of all the bad stuff. But again, I really do think, here, let's just go back to consolidate tabs. I think I would really do the other crop. I know it's going to, I know it's going to cut off part of her dress, but I think that's going to be a shot they're going to like a lot more. Something like that. Yeah, that's nice. They look dreamy and happy and in love.